Hi guys, welcome to Emanatress. If you're new here, you're not lost. In this channel, we talk about wellness both physically and spiritually. So today's topic, we'll be talking about self-prioritization and the reason why you need to self-prioritize yourself no matter what. So one thing I want to start to give you first is that you need to know the reason why you should put yourself first no matter what. Even if they call you stingy, they call you selfish, they call you any name, don't mind them, because that means you're not easily accessed, and then you love yourself more than anything. So today, self-prioritization is the topic for today. So this thing took me a lot of time, like it took me a long time, because I could remember when I was in school, and then I was brought up in a way where I was told to always care about your neighbors, love your others as yourself. So I was thinking, I thought that putting others is also like putting myself first, but I was wrong. I didn't realize then that I was surrounded by selfish people. So it took me a lot of time. I was hurt, I was injured, because at the end of the day, the first thing is that when you accuse them, or maybe you ask them that after, like, I did this and then this is how you are treating, they'll tell you that I they'll make you feel as if they are the victim and you are the villain. And then every time, this is just so frustrating, because it occurs in my friendship and everything. Because and then I will not be doubting myself, that is it that I'm not doing enough? Is it that I am selfish or something? Is there something I'm missing out? But then recently I've realized, or since quite some time, I've realized that I'm not the problem. It's just who they are. That all those teachings where they tell you that you should love others, or because nobody's going to put you first if you don't put yourself first. Then they test your boundaries and see that you're a nice person. I mean, not even nice. They call it nice, but they see that they are easily accessed. They're someone who can do anything for them. And they do this act in a way they'll tell you, make you believe as if they love you. They'll love bombard you, and they'll make you feel as if you are loved by them. Those acts is just for you to feel as if they love you. And once they see that you've loved them back, they are gone. Then they use that to control you. So once I noticed that if you don't put yourself first, they will not put you first. If you don't love yourself, if you don't have self-respect, if you don't prioritize yourself in any ways, they will not put you first. They will treat you exactly the way you treat yourself. And this is the same spiritually. If you don't hear yourself, nobody will. Don't blame others for using you, because they see that you're not you. They see that you have low self-esteem. They see that you have some trauma, and some people or some predators, they love people that are filled with traumas. This make them feel as if that you can be easily accessed. I don't know how you get, like, someone that have trauma, maybe ignorance from parent or something. They'll be like, okay, this is where they can enter and have access to you. Because when they know that you have this trauma, they know how to tweak it for their own benefit. So if you don't heal yourself, you only attract those people who are looking for people with that trauma and how to feed on it. And when you have this trauma, they see that you have this low self-esteem, all these traumas, all these other traumas, all these shadows that you have not healed from, it makes them feel better and makes them feel that they can easily access you without doing any effort. They just give you a little bit, maybe all these breadcrumbs, maybe all these little feelings, maybe they just buy you flowers or buy you simple things, and they know that this is what they can use to have access to you. For example, just imagine an injured animal. An animal or a person who is injured, maybe on the leg, or have sores all over their body, and you're walking down the road. People will just look at you, that, and then immediately they know what the animal needs or the person needs. They'll be like, okay, if I can just do as if I care, and I approach this person, that, sorry, what's wrong with you? Then they could easily see that this is what they need to do, and then they start stalking the animal instead of healing the another thing is that they don't even heal the animal. They don't try to help the animal. Maybe they just put a plaster on, and then the other one, they'll put a plaster on maybe on one side. Maybe you have in the animal's injury on the head, leg, body, and stomach. They can only put maybe a plaster or emotional plaster on, or maybe on the part of the stomach, and then they feed on the other part. Then in your mind, you'll be feeling as if you feel that relief because they put a plaster on the stomach part, and then you'll be like, that means I feel safe with this person. Not knowing that they are feeling other traumas. So if you don't take care of yourself, you only attract those who sees your weakness, who sees this injuries, who sees this trauma, and feed on them. But if you begin to take care of yourself, you begin to clean yourself, you see that all these flies, all these unnecessary predators, you see that they begin to go off, and maybe they start they start calling you dramatic or anything, but they start going off since they could not access you like before again. After you put yourself first and your loved one, and you love yourself more, you begin to attract healed version of you, and not somebody who is not healed and person that is toxic. So this means that if you are beginning to heal yourself, if you have healed yourself totally, then you don't attract predators again. You attract people that are also healed, because when you heal yourself, you raise your vibration. That means your vibration changes from maybe low self-esteem to high self-esteem, and then you begin to attract what you exactly desire, not people who. Then you begin to know that you don't need anybody to heal you. That self-love, that aura of self-love begin to radiate more. Your beauty begins to radiate more, and then you know that when you see some people, you know that I can't settle for this. You know that you deserve more because of the work you put in yourself, and these attract good people who are also healed, who are also looking for people like themselves. Because if you're in a low self-esteem, you can't attract a low high self-esteem person. Will be like, nah, this is not for me. So when you also get to that high level of healing, you begin to attract people who are also in the same level with you. So now let me discuss about the benefit of putting yourself first physically and spiritually. When you prioritize yourself physically, you're ensuring that you have sustained energy and resilience to achieve things that you need. This means that those energies that as an injured person, most time we like, okay, let me say for example, when an injured person is healed, the only energy or the only little energy you have, you spend it in healing yourself. You spend that energy in trying to look for something that makes you feel good, or that vibration. You're looking for things that in that same vibration. But once you are healed, you'll be able to focus on those energy that you have left in you. You'll be able to use it to focus on things like your career, your beauty, how you feel, your self-esteem. You have other energy, sustained energy to do other things that you need to do, and which attracts more of your heart desires. And a second point in prioritizing yourself physically, when you invest in yourself, you reduce limitations around you. For example, just imagine an injured person. An injured person cannot apply for a job in construction because they know that you're already injured. You don't need this type of this thing. You're not fit. So there are so many limitations when you are injured, you are unhealed, and stuff like that. But once you heal yourself, that limitation begins to reduce. Once you start healing your shadows and your traumas, they don't no longer limit you. That means you'll be able to do what you have to open to more opportunities, and that limitations that is limiting you before, that you'll be like, no, I can't do this because of this. Everything, those limitations are gone, and then you begin to invest your energy and your time in good things, not things that are limiting you. The last point in prioritizing yourself physically, ensuring that you have good mental clarity and you are mostly in good mood. Once you are healed, that's why when you are sick, for example, when you are sick, you notice that your feelings mostly about, you'll be feeling down, you'll be in pains, your emotions will be everywhere because you are feeling sick. But once you are healed, your everything begins to work perfectly. You will become very happy. You can't say a sick person happy. Even if they are happy, they are just happy like for few seconds. But if you are high in energy, you are in good mood, you are healed, you don't have any trauma around you, you will feel good every time. Even though your self-confidence will be so high that anywhere you go to, people, you'll be radiating beauty and power and everything. And then when you want to do anything, you have that mental clarity to pursue things that you desire. I hope you understand. If you have any questions, kindly comment and I will answer. Thank you. So when you do all these things, it reinforces self-worth, as I said, and you know that you matter a lot. You don't only matter a lot because people tell you that you matter a lot. You matter a lot because you know the work, the energy you put in to heal yourself and to get to this point. So you know that once you matter a lot, you don't tolerate anything. You don't tolerate insults. You don't tolerate any kind of test. You don't tolerate any nonsense that will put you down, because you know that it took you a lot to get to this point. So now let's talk about why it would benefit of prioritizing yourself spiritually. When you prioritize yourself spiritually, you are ensuring that you have peace in the midst of chaos. This means that This means that no matter what is happening around you, no matter what is going on, maybe you are in the midst of drama or anything, or conflict or anything, you check in with yourself and you see that there's still peace in it. So you, when you are healed, nothing easily that peace cannot be taken. But once you are on healed, that peace can easily be taken by unnecessary dramas. So when you prioritize yourself spiritually and you heal yourself spiritually, you know that that's inner peace cannot be shifted, and this steadiness help you navigate your external turbulence without being overwhelmed. Same thing with what I explained earlier, that no matter what happens, no matter what occurs around you, when you know that your inner peace cannot be taken, you can go through anything without even be thought about it, because you know that this inner peace in you is important. So the ways to do this is that you can achieve this by meditation, prayers, and self-reflection. Self-reflection helps me a lot. Anytime maybe something's happening, and then I check in with myself, and I reflect on things that just happened, and then because there's some people that are so nasty, they make you look as if you are imagining things or you are crazy and stuff like that. But when I self-reflect and see that this is not my fault, I don't need to deal with this, I don't need to be involved in this emotionally, then I let it go, and then I get this, my peace is restored, and it's not even shaking. My peace is just there, and then I'll be like, that's their business. So second point, it helps you spiritually grounded and connects you with what truly matters, and guiding decisions aligned with your intention, not external pressures. This also back up with what I'm saying previously, that once you've hid yourself spiritually and you have prioritized yourself spiritually and you have prioritized yourself yourself spiritually, no matter the situation, you be able to focus on what matters. Like anytime something comes up and you have to check into yourself and you be like, this does not matter, this does not need my energy, this does not deserve my energy, or this person does not deserve my energy. You just let it go and then focus on things that you truly want to focus on. You don't need external pressure, you don't need anybody to start telling you that this is what you should do, this is what you should think about, this is what you should do. You don't have time. You just tell them that this is not a problem. So that is prioritizing yourself spiritually. You don't need anybody to just come and then walk up and then thinking that they have control of your inner peace. Number 3, a nurtured spirit fosters acceptance, forgiveness, perspective. You recover from setback faster and suffer less from comparison or regret. This also back up the things I haven't seen before. Like once you nurtured yourself, when you want to say that you are healed, you are good, you're not moved by all these external pressures. Any situation that you need to just accept and let it go. Acceptance does not mean that you should tolerate things. Acceptance is different from some other words. Acceptance means that just accept things and just let it go, because you don't need to deal with it, you don't need to process it, you don't need to waste your energy on it. And forgiveness, I've always told people that forgiveness is not about, you don't do it for other people, you're doing it for yourself. Once someone does something painful to you, just forgive it and let that energy go, because once you dwell on that energy, they begin to drain that energy, because no, anger is an energy. Once they start draining your energy, you just say you're feeling drained and tired. But once you forgive and let it go, that means I don't need to do it, I forgive you. To them, they will look as if you forgive them because of maybe for themselves, not knowing that you're doing it for yourself. So anytime they come back and try that nonsense with you, you don't even have time to deal with it, and they say you would distance yourself from them and let them go. And then this changes your perspective about things. And when your perspective changes, trust me, things change with it. Your all around you change with it. Your energy changes and it becomes better, not for worse. And then you don't need to be any setback that you face. You will not suffer from it. Then you recover from setback, and then you suffer less from anyone that's compromising you or any regrets. You don't let it affect you. Just let it go. And this means that you put yourself first spiritually. My last point is, when you're spiritually centered, you engage with others from wholeness, not neediness. Relationships become healthier than more reciprocal. This means that once you are healed, most time people engage in relationship in conversations based on they need you, maybe based on like they need your friendship and you mean important to them. But when you meet people, when you talk to people, you don't talk to people based on that you need them or anything. You just talk to them based on talking sake, and then you'll be able to really detach yourself from them. Then you see that you become better, you become more at peace than becoming just pursuing people based on maybe you need love based on your traumas. No, traumas make you attached to people easily. Like maybe someone that has maybe a narcissist mother, maybe love issues from family. Then when you meet other people or parents or any other person, there's this eagerness or urge for them to love you because, as they say, they're not loved at home. So when you encounter conversations with people like them, you tend to talk to them based on neediness, and they see this neediness, and then they begin to use that to control you. But once you are healed, you don't need them. Once you're even talking to them, you don't talk to them respectfully, and then detach yourself from that conversation immediately. And they see that they are not someone that you can mingle with. They're not someone that they can mess with or anything. And they see you just see that things become more. They begin to talk to you with respect and everything. And when you talk to them, they see that you don't need them. They don't know that who needs you. So this is important. So with these few points, don't mind me. So with this conversation, I hope you can see how important it is to put yourself first, spiritually and physically, because nobody will. We are not in the selfish world, or the world has always been selfish. Maybe we're just realizing it. You need to put yourself first, because if you don't, nobody will. Nobody is willing to put others first. Everybody is looking for a way to feed themselves. Everybody is looking for people who will put them first. So if you don't put yourself first, nobody will put yourself first. Nobody will put you first. Sorry. So you need to know that you are for you, and no one else is fighting for you. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to heal you. You need to heal yourself. You need to not take care of yourself first. With that, you'll be able to heal others. If you don't know how to heal yourself, how will you be of help to other people? People will just use you in their story, and then they will just leave you, and then they will go. But then when they see that you are healed, they see that you're not someone that they can mess with, and they see that you're not someone that is coming to them based on what you need. They see that you cannot control. And also, if you don't put yourself first, it also allows people to manipulate and control you, both physically and spiritually. Once they see that you have this trauma, you have this pain, you have these unresolved things that you have not dealt with, your shadows, you've not done shadow work, you've not done your inner healing, they see that you can easily control you. They see that you're easily manipulated. But once you started, and trust me, the journey is not easy. But once you start, you begin to value yourself more. You begin to know that this is what I can do. This is what I need to do. Because you won't be involving yourself in things that are not necessary, because you know that you are healing. And once you are healing, you don't need to do things that will make you get more injured. You don't need to be involved in any toxic relationship. Then you begin to love yourself more. And people who talk to you don't notice that this person does not need me. So even they don't try shit with you, they remind themselves that this person is not somebody to be messed with. So thank you for listening. If you're not subscribed, please kindly subscribe, and I will tell you more. There will be more info on things like this, on spiritual matters. Thank you for listening. God bless you. I love you all. Bye.